size humongous, but my munchies banana like monkeys. Flow so piranhas, crunchy, soaking it all. I'm not stingy, I'm spongy. I've been keeping my eyes on the settlements. When you know that they rules ever settle me, I'm still keeping my cool on adrenaline. Guess I'm so caramel smooth off my melanin.
I wanted to tell you, 11 years ago, I saw an interview you did, and 11 years ago you said that I don't remember that verbatim, right? But I only remember that you said that Montreal, the music industry or the rap, industry lacked organization. Would you feel that now in 2024, how is that either went up, or do you feel it's changed? Do you feel it's remained the same, or?
I feel like it has changed since my last statement, because it's more concerning artists getting their stuff together. So what I mean by that is simply like understanding that, there's a rhythm to this stuff, you know what I mean? And also there's a way to
deliver it.
To deliver it.
Yeah, because it's not just putting words together. That's not enough. Yes, there is a delivery. There's an attitude. There's a reflection of it. And may I say, as a rapper, as a young vet, I find that you reflect the 90s within your style. Even in all the videos I've seen, I particularly saw you repping us all the time. And I want to give you like that, because you always wear a Montreal hat. You always got the Canada on. You're always very, very self. Is that something you did on purpose, or just I mentioned that you never knew?
No, I mean, it's always been on purpose, because, I represent where I'm from.
Where you're from.
Feel me? Like, a lot of people wish they'd be from somewhere else. They could, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's right.
But at the end of the day, we still got a chance to represent officially.
That's right.
We got our own team and everything, you know what I'm saying? Which is a classic now.
That's right.
So we have to, you know what I mean?
You said it, and that part of you said is part of decolonization. Realizing that you don't have to wear a New York hat to feel cool. You could wear a Montreal hat too. It's cool to be from here. Yeah. Because you're here.
Definitely.
You're
man.
special.
100%, my brother.
Man, I like that. I like that. I want to ask you, you did a song with a French artist a few years back called Colossale.
Yeah.
If I remember clearly, and it was called Dur De Respirer. Go check it out, y'all.
Uploading my ammunition, triggered by the system. Aim as a prey on the devil's mission, dividing the conquer. Who's the victim? Parasites who paralyze the vision. Through organized division, trained through the wire to bring down my description. To notice changes, to notice that we took off the chains. Reclassifying my master as a dollar to my name. The question can't remain. I got conscience to sustain. My color aim at the matters, can't numerize my brain.
What was the message behind the song?
So we did that track to talk about the name of the brother that died by police.
Villanueva.
Not Villanueva,
No?
another guy, a black guy. What's his name? George Floyd, exactly.
Oh, George Floyd. Yeah,
George
yeah.
Floyd. Sorry for not remembering, man.
George
R.I.P. to the
Floyd,
brother
indeed.
Floyd.
Rest in peace, the brother.
You know what I mean?
And his family and everybody.
Yes,
Rest in peace, brother.
He was the inspiration for that track. So Colossale called me. He was like, "Yo, let's do something, because I know you all about that."
Okay.
And I wanted to be more of an international call, you know what I mean?
Okay.
With his talent on it. So I felt like it was only right for us to do that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Colossale. So Colossale gave you a call.
Yeah.
He sent it out, he put out the olive leaf, okay?
Exactly, yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, are you and Colossale from the same neighborhood, or?
No,
did you know him on a personal level before?
Yeah. Of course, I've known Colossale for over 10 years or more now.
Okay.
You know, I was young starting, and he had his studio, so I used to go there and just practice and record a whole lot of stuff that I had, and so he saw my development as an artist, and you know what I'm saying.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, hip hop and rap. Specifically, rap is part of hip hop, right? But there's many principles in the culture of hip hop. Had you, before rapping, been part of any other part of it? The DJing, the dancing, the graphing. Had you ever been part of those?
No. I've never been part of any of those elements of hip hop. But other than of course rapping.
Yeah, right.
I have a lot of homies that do it all. Mostly.
Had you ever been in that? There was an era that was the beatbox was hype. You ever been a beatbox?
Nah, more battling. I was more into battling.
You was a battler.
Yeah, I was battling more when I started, 18, 19, you know, I used to battle a lot. That's how a lot of my homies know about me, especially in the rap game.
Okay, what made you want to battle rap though? Was it because of things you were living, or you just had a lot of ideas, or it was just you felt like that was a channel for you to put out aggression, or because we all have negative energy.
Yeah, for sure.
We build it up through dealing with society, dealing with trauma, dealing with negative circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, as being young, you start trying different ways of, like you said, releasing the negative energy that you got inside. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like that was my way to let it out. One of the ways, because I used to do a whole lot of stuff like playing ball, boxing, but like sometimes when I was around certain OGs, they used to tell me, like, you see this new guy right here? We want to see you get at it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Okay,
so then I just got used to that. But I stopped doing it because I was like, at the bottom, people compete, but at the top, people collaborate.
That's right.
Feel me? So,
right.
I started seeing that in a different way.
In a different perspective. Yo, that's dope. I want to ask you, I don't have many more questions, but I want to ask you this very particular question. Because of the theme of our show called Warriorz Talk, I want to ask you, Joe, when in your life did you have a warrior's moment? That means that you had to overcome something something humongous.
Wow.
Something that was really difficult for you to overcome, but guess what? You overcame.
You did. Yeah, so that was back when I traveled down to New Orleans. You know, I had to make a few decisions in order for me to, get up in life and be somewhere else. And I took a lot of losses, which was, chasing my dreams basically in a way where I was just putting my people in debt too. You know what I mean? Like, so I had to make a decision. Either I was gonna stick to what I'm doing, and believe in it, or keep on, doubting myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because sometimes the people around you that love you will create the biggest downfall for you.
Exactly.
You have to be convinced of what you're receiving from the source.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You know? And that's the inner conflict we have sometimes.
So I made a decision to just,
go to New Orleans. You said
to New Orleans, man. And I made that trip.
And you're saying you made that trip, which means you say it was difficult, so you didn't have much money.
I didn't have money.
So just so we could get a clean idea of how you felt emotionally.
Exactly.
You didn't have that much money. Many people were telling you not to do it because it was probably a long trip.
Definitely.
You had never been to New Orleans?
Never.
Did you have family in New Orleans?
No.
Wow.
So I had to make that trip, It was to connect with a few bigger artists too, and just to, see the game that I was getting into, you know what I mean? And as a young guy, I was 21. You know what I'm saying?
And you're young.
I was young in one of the worst cities in the United States.
In the United States, yes, sir.
Where a lot of people get to die for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it just taught me a lot, man. I had to go through that, and it just, it was one of the biggest battles at that time. Still to this day, I remember all of the
so you went
ups
there,
and downs,
That's crazy. You went there to network with other artists, so you eventually had the warrior moment because you were able to connect with a lot of people and it helped you in your career in that way?
Yeah, but at the warrior moment was, like I said, it was simply like not having enough resources and
doing it anyway.
And going, that's one of the biggest battles at that time. It was simply like, I didn't have the resources, but I still had belief, you feel me? And that's part of you got to face your fears, you know what I'm saying? That was, for me, that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, man. Joe, I want to ask you about the principle of le rap keb. Does le rap keb unify us or does it divide us?
I'd say that due to abstract minds and, again, colonization.
Colonization, there it is again.
You know what I mean?
It's always there.
I'm going to say it in French for a few people to understand it. Rap keb, c'est supposé nous unifier.
That's right.
But, parce que, comme on dit, c'est pas joual, c'est pas du rap keb, Là encore, it goes back to what I said earlier. It's all politics. You know what I mean? So they when I was in New Orleans again, they were asking, "Yo, is it still going on? The conflict between the English and the French?"
Oh, they knew about. Oh, it's true. They know about it.
They know. They're from Louisiana.
They're from Louisiana.
It used to be Quebec, right?
You're right.
All that. So all that to say that is like it's dividing us in reality, because if they're able to see it that way, it's because it is what it is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like from the outside, from people that have made it in the rap game. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes I hate to say that because there's certain rappers, like, for example, I can name one rapper that recently I came to discover named Saint Sucré. Right. You know, like he has a good element, but, you know, it's like that's not the norm, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that, would you consider yourself a rap keb? Un rappeur québécois?
I was born in Montreal. Montreal is in Quebec. You know.
So by default, t'es un rappeur québécois.
Je suis un rappeur québécois. Now, that certain people that have conflicts in their mind and don't believe so because I speak English, c'est différent.
That's right.
You feel me? But
that's just their perception at this point.
Exactly. That's their reality.
Yeah.
It's not the reality.
Yeah, that's right. It's not the reality. It is the reality that you put in your mind. Man, that was a great interview, man. Thank you for answering and being, courteous enough to give us an authentic and true version of the facts. You know, it's always great to have a person like that. You know what I mean, on our show. And that concludes our episode of Warriorz Talk with the great Joe Compadre. Go check him out. You got any shout outs you want to send a shout out?
For sure. Shout out to my people at the Womb to Tomb organization.
Womb to Tomb.
Warriorz Talk, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
Shout out to my people that be supporting my releases out there, you know. Call y'all family, you know how it goes. Vámonos.